for the very latest now, we can talk to the journalist Amélie Baron, who's on the line now from the Haitian capital, Port-au-Prince. Amélie, you spent some time in the past few days at the airport just after those deportation flights touched down. What have people on those planes been telling you about how they feel being back in Haiti, often after having spent many years outside the country?
Well, as soon as they get off the bus that took them from the plane directly, these Asian all testify about the terrible condition and inhuman treatment they had suffered in the detention center in Texas. They said they had spent several days without being able to even take a shower. They were sleeping directly on the concrete with a simple emergency blanket to cover themselves, and there was the AC that runs at maximum level in the building. So returning to Port-au-Prince is traumatic for them because it signs the end of their exile, the economic exile. They left Haiti to migrate to Brazil and Chile, seeking for a better life. They worked several years in Latin America, but without legal paper, and so Chile took more severe migration policies, so they tried their luck and they sold everything to move up the American continent, heading north, going to the U.S. And so this journey, they took 1 or 3 months. It cost them several thousand U.S. dollars per person, and it's one of the most dangerous migration because as they crossed the jungle between Colombia and Panama, they were at the mercy of smugglers who do not hesitate to rape women and to kill those who do not have enough to pay.
And Amélie, as I mentioned, the United Nations is now saying that actually these deportations could be a violation of international law because of what's happening at the moment in Haiti. You're there in the capital. Tell us, what's the situation like?
Well, the Haitian who left, they left the country who was in difficulties because they couldn't find a job. But now the country is in a much worse situation than before. Unemployment has increased. People are struggling to find enough food. There are more than 60% of the population who is living with less than $2 per day. And also since last year, insecurity has been rising as armed gangs are gaining strength and are now controlling wider parts in the country, especially in the capital, Port-au-Prince. The country also, let's remind, is facing a deep political crisis as it has no more legitimate leaders since the president, Jovenel Moïse, was assassinated in his bedroom by an armed commando on July 7th. And on top of all that, just a month ago, the south half of the Haiti has been devastated by a 7.2 earthquake that has destroyed thousands of homes and schools.
Amélie Baron for us there in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting today.